Welcome back to another episode of Arnold's Thoughts Podcast. It's your boy Arnold, and we're going to pick up another series of Do Your Own Research.
What are you thinking? Yeah. What are you thinking? Yeah. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah. What are you thinking? Hey. What are you thinking? Hey. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah.
So what I mean by do your own research, well, I'm gonna just say it. My mom, she watches my videos, and she was trying to get into more about like what it really takes to understand the process when you go overseas and really checking your passport. Really check that visa and that passport for the things that you have to do. Because there have been too many situations, even for me in my life and people that I've seen, that it's been affected. Like, for example, when I was playing in Uruguay back in 2016, I had got another job offer to go play in Ecuador. So I went to the airport, got everything done, everything was good, ready to go. And then there was like, you don't have enough pages. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got like a page and a half in my passport. Not good enough. I'm like, what do you mean not good enough? I have a place for you to stamp. Well, they require you to have a certain amount of pages, and you must have at least 6 months left on your visa. I think I had like 5 months left before I needed to renew it. So even the case that I had a valid passport, I still had space, and I still had 5 months until it was to expire. It did not matter. They still told me that I couldn't travel. So I had to literally cancel my flight, go to the American embassy, get a whole new passport just to be able to travel for that situation. Things like that happen all the time. Like, I never expected that out of nowhere that I couldn't travel because you needed 6 months left on your visa. These little tiny things that you don't even would think would happens all the time on a regular basis. Give you another example. I have a cousin of mine, right? He came to America like when I came to America, because I came to America when I was 3 years old. He came around the same time. My parents followed the right procedure. They went and got my passport. This is for all the people who've come from different countries. If you come from different countries, you know the process it takes for getting your passport, getting your visa. And at the time, my family, or like they're older, so that it wasn't really, how can I say, really like it was a challenge for them, because they don't know the process, they don't know what exactly to do. So it takes time. So one mishap, I got family members right now who still don't got their paperwork, still don't got their citizenship, and they've been in America for the last 30 years. I think my aunt, it took her 35 years before she finally got her citizenship. Been in America the whole time. It took her over 30 years. I remember because I drove her to the embassy to get her citizenship. She had to do her last interview and to get her citizenship. But my cousin, he also plays basketball overseas, and he wanted to go pursue his dream. You know, I want to go pursue my dream, but his situation here was not straight. So the fact that he didn't pay attention to his visa or his passport situation and make sure everything was on point, he was banned from the America for like 5 years. It was 5 years he couldn't come back into America, and he was just filling out paperwork and hiring lawyers and spending thousands and thousands of dollars just to get back home. Because you got to think about it, our whole family migrated here to America, and they had to, and like everybody, his son, his mom, his sister, brother, everybody. 99% of our family is here in America, and he could not, because he left to go play. He tried to come back to America with his passport. He had a Bahamian passport, and it was like, now I would say that he got lucky the first time. I don't know how he did it, but he definitely got lucky the first time. He left, went to go play somewhere. I think it was like some island near France or something like that. Came back, they let him in. His mom, his sister, his dad, everybody said, hey, I don't know how you was able to get back in. By the grace of God, they let you back in. Do not go back out of the country until you get your paperwork and your visa and your passport situation straight first. He said, oh man, I'm chasing my dream. I'm going to go play this game. I'm going to go do what I love to do. We didn't see him for another 5 years. And he's still having situations, like things happen in the government situation all the time. So you never know like what can get mixed up, get lost. It's so funny how when you're dealing with the government, they will lose your paperwork, your stuff that you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on, and they just be like, oh, we lost it. You need to go back and restart all over. Start all over? It took me 3 years to just get to this point, and they'll just be like, don't matter. It don't matter. And that's how the situation be. It's so important to handle your business first. It's so important to handle your business and your situation first before you decide to go anywhere. That's going over to go play in a different country. That's going to go travel. That's having to do with where you live currently. It is so important to know exactly your status in the country that you're either going, or you want to visit, or you're going to go for a job, for a new season. You have to know the status of what your passport specifically is to that country. I know people from like Jamaica and Bahamas, the island people, because I was born in Bahamas, and we're different. Everybody in every country has different statuses and different limitations to what their passport will allow you in different countries. I have an American passport, so I'm allowed certain periods of time in different countries, but someone who's probably, let's say, with a Chilean passport are held to a different standard than what I'm held to. So if you have a Venezuelan passport and you're going to Spain, that might be a different limitation of what you have to do in your procedure that you have to do in order to stay in that country for a certain amount of time. It's not to be taken lightly. It's do your own research so you don't get caught up in these type of situations. Because I don't think nobody wants to get banned for 5 years out of their country, and you got your whole family and friends and you can't see nobody. I know at that time, when I did go to Ecuador and I was playing, my grandmother passed away. So I was able to go back home and bury her and do this, and take care of the proceedings of what she needed, put her to rest and be the arm bearer. He couldn't come. He could not come. I know there was like 2 situations where I left the country to go be with him in a different country because he was not around family for so long. 2-3 years, he just wasn't around family, and he just needed some kind of support. And, because I travel all the time, I was like, I'm going to just pull up where you at, man, just so you're not alone. But because he did not take care of his situation, he was not able to even come home and bury our grandma. We don't think about the little things, the little actions that we take that have long-term effects. It's so important to pay attention to these little things. We all want to travel. We all want to go across the world and, just to go take a vacation. I know a lot of people go to DR and stuff, but those really adventurous people who want to go to Spain and Europe and just travel the world, just make sure you're paying attention to the requirements. Every country has their different requirements. Some you might be able to just walk in, no visa. Some you only have a visa for 1 month. What are the penalties for not doing that? I know in China, they're so strict. One mishap, man, you might be in jail for 3 years. I didn't seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been a part of it where I've seen people who just did not pay attention to their status, and you get banned, you get deported, you get jailed because you overstayed. You get fined thousands of dollars because you didn't abide by that country's standards. It's very important to know what the country standards are before you leave. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope if any of this helped you guys out, just hit that like, comment, tell me a story. Like let me know if you ever been in this situation when you've had to deal with some of this. Like you had to deal with being in another country and your visa status or your passport got rejected or something. So let me know in the comment section, hit that like and subscribe button. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.